Hey everybody, Dishadar here, and this video is titled Being Pagan 24/7 or 24/7 Pagan. I like that one much better. So anywho, the thing about religion, the thing about having a faith is that once you change into a faith, specifically for pagans, because most of us don't have the pleasure of being brought into paganism from birth. For the most part, we're brought into paganism via conversion, typically from a Christian. Excuse me. Typically from a Christian religion. So, while as we convert and as we learn and as we grow in a religious sense, it changes from learning to learning about a faith, learning about its practices, learning about what it takes to become a pagan and be a pagan, and it transforms, it alters, it metamorphosizes, if that's a word, and becomes more of living as a pagan. Actually, not just having the knowledge, but having the practice, the everyday practice of it. And that's where things change because, you know, like for me, putting it in, in specific terms. Like for me, for example, like when I first decided to wear my pentagram in public, this beauty right here that I showed you in my other video, I think it was spiritual updates when I opened it the first time, you know, it was nerve wracking. Because at first, before I wore it outside, I was wearing it at home. And it was nerve wracking, like I said. It was something that worried me. Because I'm the only non Christian in my entire family. Entire family. So, and the only pagan in my household. Everyone else is Christian, of course. So, wearing it, I already knew I was going to do it because, when, if you're fearless enough to convert, if you're fearless enough to go to your family or to not even confront them about to be confronted, knowing that you're not Christian anymore, if you can have enough bravery and enough courage to study the faith, knowing what others would think, but not caring anyway, then for me it was a no-brainer that if I wanted to, that I should wear my pentagram, and I did. It took a while. I had it on, but it was just actually going up to her and being like, "Hey, how you doing?" and then just having her see it. And it wasn't as bad as I thought, but like I said, I already knew I was gonna do it. It was just doing it. You know, not even wearing because I already had it on. It was having her see me wearing it. But it wasn't that bad because I wore necklaces before. None of them were pentagrams. I had my Jacarta necklace a while ago. I wore that. And then I had my crystal stone, the one I used to wear that you guys used to see me in my previous videos, the little spiral one that had it was like it's either silver or golden, depending on how far back you look in the video, because I switched it. So it wasn't an issue there because that's when I had to go through when it was like it became an issue, as far as like why are you wearing it, what does that mean, stuff like that. And even then it was like it was nerve wracking, but it was like I'm doing it anyway, because it's like, what's the point of having a faith if you're not gonna, show your pride in it? And every person has a different family, For some, the reaction would be a lot stronger. So it's not to say that if you don't wear it, even though you want to, you're somehow less of a pagan. It just means that the way my family was situated and the way that my family knows me, it's, even though the reaction would be strong, it wouldn't be anything dramatic. Or if it was dramatic, it's nothing I can't handle. But for other people, for safety reasons, they can't do it. And more power to them because everything happens on its own time. There's no need to rush anything or no need to feel any kind of shame or whatnot because you're not able to do what others can. So you just gotta take things in stride. Not everyone has the same life. So, you know, and then after wearing it at home, it was wearing it out and about, which wasn't a problem for me because it was like, I am who I am. If you got a problem with it, that's your issue. So, but it's more about wearing a pentagram. It's living it. It's, living the pagan lifestyle. And that's something, even after, all the time, it's something that I still not struggle with, but it's something that I'm taking in stride because I know for a fact that I'm not the person I am within my ritual circle oh my god, it's not really this guy. Okay, quick little side thing, right? This guy right here in this truck, right? One time I was doing a ritual for some new crystals I got, and that same guy pulled up next to me, like 50 feet away, and just stared, endlessly stared, just watching and observing what I was doing. And now he seemed to recognize me and just stopped his truck abruptly. So I know it's the same guy. It's him. And it's not even something I'm worried about, but it's just like, I don't like people stopping and staring because it's just weird. I don't care if you can know. I do my rituals. Sometimes I do public rituals out here. That's not the problem. It's just, I don't like people just stopping and staring. You can see if you've been walking past and you just look, okay, whatever, I don't care. But it's just stopping and staring. I don't like that, period. It makes me feel uncomfortable. But, I mean, I already know, people recognize me here because I've been coming here for damn near 10 years. So, I mean, it's just odd. Anyhow, go away. Go away! Anyway, so back to the topic at hand. So the person I am in the circle is different from the person I am when, if you met me for the first time in a secular area, like if it was at my job, or if it was when I went to the library, if I'm on the street catching a bus somewhere, or, chilling somewhere, period. I'm a totally different person. It's not even like it's a face or a mask or anything like that. It's just when I'm in a ritual setting, when I'm lighting the candles, smelling the incense, lighting the oil. It's just, you're different. Just like when you're with family, you're a certain way. When you're with friends, you're a different way. And so the thing about this video is just becoming who you are whole. Totally. Not being one way certain in places, but just being who you are everywhere. And that is something that I have to admit that I personally have struggled with because it's not even like I'm afraid to. It's just different for me. Like when I'm speaking to my religious buddies, I'm different, but when I'm speaking to any old person, it's different. So I think that for me personally, the one thing I need to work on is being my true self and not adopting a mask, not, putting on a face, not, changing who I am for the benefit of others because of, not adopting a societal mask, and it's something that, I have recognized in the past, but, it's really something that you gotta learn to do, to be honest, because, as, speaking just for myself, it's difficult being a, loud and proud, loud and proud pagan, all the time. And it's not even, when I say pagan, loud and proud pagan, I don't mean like, what do you want? When I say loud and proud pagan, I don't mean, you're speaking in a religious fashion. I mean, like, having the same personality as far as how you speak, how you talk, your tone and everything. And once you become that person, that, your true authentic self 24/7, that's when things change again. For me, come on, my little baby. Anyway, so he comes with me on just about every one of my videos. Hey, Cereal. Hey, Mama. Yeah, my little baby. Love my baby. Anyway, So will you? Don't start that. Anyway, so it's there's always a sense of evolution. Time check. There's always an evolution that occurs. First is the first step, like I said, realizing who you want to be. Then it's taking the first step and actually studying, on a faith-based, because this is, on a faith-based level, actually doing that. Then from the learning it, starting to live it. And then from living it, it goes into just expanding who you are as far as like influencing others, not purposely influencing, but by hanging around other people and being your authentic self without hiding yourself, or trying to change who you are for the benefit of others, or for others gratification and pleasure and approval to get societal approval. By being that, other people see who you are, and then that changes how their outlook of you. That changes, and if they happen to be personable with you and know of your faith, then that changes their outlook on paganism. It changes and makes them want to aspire to you, because then they start to see you as a leader. If they see your authentic self, and you're nice, you're personable, you're very easy to talk to, you're very honest, very open, very loving, you know, it changes things. Everything changes then, because attitude is about attitude changes everything, and that's something that I need to work on personally, because how I am with my friends is totally different from how I am within the circle. And I see it as important for me personally on a spiritual, religious level, that who I am within the circle is someone that I want to be 24/7. And how I can work on it, thinking about like having a list of personality traits that I I can see from, you know thinking about it and realizing, how I act and what I do, writing down those highlights, writing down those emotional mental traits. And then every day I focus on one specifically. And then I just work on that. And as I continue uh, instilling that in my practice, secular wise, it'll bring out more of that authentic self, that wall and that barrier that I bring up when I'm around other people, especially those whom I don't know. It starts to crack, and that crack turns into a fissure, and that fissure turns into a breach, and then the whole wall begins to crumble. You know that, and then from there, who I am authentically, it comes out, and then eventually it's not shelled up in a wall, but then it expands and takes over, and eventually I am who I am, you know. And it's more than just a saying, it's actual experience, an actual way of life. So, is it hard being a pagan 24/7? Yes, because on top of the shit that we gotta go through every day, if even just wearing our pentagram, if you happen to see someone who doesn't like it, going through that harassment, whether it be online or actually on the street somewhere, at work, if people happen to know there, you know, it's always some kind of pressure. But I think that the best thing for us, one of the best things that we can do as practitioners, is to just be who we are, be who we choose to be, so that no matter what anyone says, we know that we're being right to ourselves. We know that we're being right to ourselves. We know we're doing right by our faith. We know that we're doing right by other people. And by doing that, others look at you as a leader, as someone who is fearless, and someone who, despite what others may say, and despite what others may do, that person is still who they are. And that's someone that I want to be. And that's someone that I'm, currently, just decided I'm going to actively just start working on that. So, that's that. End of the video. This was a nice video in my opinion. I really like it. So, I hope, you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and everything. Subscribe, like. Same thing I say every video. Links down below if you want to contact me. Or you can email me at dishadara3773 @gmail.com. And if you want to talk, whatever, it's a non-issue. Hey, how you doing, whatever. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a very good day. Bye.